everyone, thanks for joining this week's patient update. After our past 2 releases, we're a little bit slower this week in our clinic as we prepare for busy season. So today we're going to take you on a quick tour and we're going to walk through the process a bird goes through while they heal. And joining us today is
Anya. I am the TRC intern and I manage marketing and communications.
Thanks for joining us, Anya. So us three are going to walk you through our process. So let's get going.
This is our food prep area, our kitchen, for our patients. Usually we'll have our patient number here and then what they're getting throughout the day. The amounts that they're getting and the type of protein that they're getting can vary based off the patient, the species, or just situationally what we have available as well. And we also have this area where we're like chopping up things. We also compost our leftovers and scraps from our patients. We inject their food with medicine so we can avoid having excess handling with our patients. But all of our patients will get a variety of different types of meats.
Right, this is our clinic room, our general intake room. This is going to be where all of our patients kind of start out in our clinic. This is our wet table here, kind of where we do our general assessment on patients, and kind of displayed around the room we have various things to help aid in the care of our patients. We have vet wrap, splints, medicine throughout all of our cabinets, gloves around the whole clinic here. We have our scale right over here. This is what we weigh all of our new intakes on. Right here we have our centrifuge, and then right over here we have our Abaxis machine. These are used for our blood testing capabilities in the clinic. We have an incubator right here. We use this for our IV fluids to kind of keep those warm all day. And we also have lead kits down here that allow us to test lead levels in birds that come in with potential lead poisoning.
This is our X-ray room. So in here we have the capability to take radiographs of our patients if we feel it's necessary. Sometimes on an initial exam, we can't tell if a bone might be broken, so we bring them in here and we're able to take an x-ray. They pop up on our computer and we're able to save them to our system so that we can reference them later. It's especially great to see progress as a patient heals.
So this is our ICU. We have a variety of different things in here. We have supplemental oxygen chambers, we have incubators, as well as just some smaller spaces. Typically when a bird comes in, they're going to be put in a smaller space just so we can make sure that they're feeling okay mentally and physically, and once they're able to progress and they're doing better in their treatment plan, they can move on to bigger enclosures, but this is great for us to monitor closely.
This is our patient care unit right here. This hallway has a bunch of different patient care units for birds that are ready to retire from the ICU and kind of spread their wings, start to fly a little bit more. We have different sized units across the board here, just depending on the bird and their level of flight. And this kind of helps condition them to start flying again before they can be graduated back outside into our flight barns.
This is the last step on our patient's journey here in the clinic. These are our flight barns. As a patient gets better and is able to spread their wings, we have to recondition their flight so that they're able to survive out in the wild. So let's step into the smaller flight barn first. These are our smaller flight barn units. This is a great step in getting a patient outside, but in a smaller space, or with smaller species of raptor, this is the flight barn for them. Now let's step into our larger flight barn. This is our big space for raptors. The patients we've seen recently be released, like the goshawk and the prairie falcon, spent a lot of time in this space before they were released. They have high perches that they can fly between, as well as lower perches so that they can come down and work on practicing their lift to get up high again.
So this is our patient board. This tells us where patients are throughout our clinic. They may move from our ICU like we saw earlier to a smaller PCU to our flight barn. As you can see, we don't really have much going on right now, but this can fill up pretty quickly throughout the summer as we begin to get more birds.
Thanks for coming on a tour of our clinic. We appreciate your continued support of what we do to keep wild birds wild. Remember to keep an eye out as the spring and summer start. It's going to be busy in here, so keep following along and definitely be aware of your surroundings to pay attention if there's any injured birds that might need our help. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.